Who knows what Jay-Z, J.K. Rowling, Bill Gates and Oprah Winfrey all have in common? Okay, I will tell you then. They have all overcome failure in one shape or form to go on to gain success in their respective careers. Welcome to My Perfect Failure. Join us as we delve into the world of our perfect failures. We will interview, explore, and discuss how our perfect failures can lead us to success. Join us and tune in.
Everybody, to another episode of My Perfect Failure. Today we have another amazing guest. So today's guest, she had a gastric bypass surgery 7.5 years ago, losing 100 pounds, and she has kept the majority of the weight off to this day. Today she does modeling part-time. She's also in the process of earning her American Bariatric Counselling certificate so she can become a weight loss coach. She wants to become a role model for women who struggle with weight issues and body positivity. She also has several cognitive disabilities. She is a huge advocate and supporter of the disability community. She struggled in school severely and almost dropped out of her senior year, but after she had weight loss surgery, she raised her GPA and got into James Madison University, graduating on the Dean's List. Currently earning her Master's of Public Administration degree whilst just finishing 2 separate internships on Capitol Hill. It is her goal and aspiration to help see the disability community thrive. So a very, very, very warm welcome to My Perfect Failure, Taylor Ragano. How are you, Taylor?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. So Taylor, you've been on an epic journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you could say that.
Yeah, and I know that you featured on numerous publications, not just in the US, but sort of globally.
I've actually been on some of the British publications as well. So, Pick Me Up magazine.
Yeah.
I'll be in a week from now or so. I'll be featured in one of those magazines, and also there was another, like the Metro UK also was
Metro.
another one.
You say the Metro? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I know the Metro. So the Metro, I used to work in that building.
Okay,
They've
great.
got a building in Kensington in West London. So I used to work in that building. So I know the Metro very, very well. So I mentioned you've been on an epic journey. And you've inspired many people globally. So maybe you can give us a little bit of background to sort of how your sort of journey sort of started in relation to weight and so forth.
Well, sir, if I start from the beginning, so I have several learning disabilities, which made school extremely hard. And I was put in small classes, I was bullied, and just had trouble fitting in. So my senior year, I almost dropped out. And that just kind of led me to be kind of discouraged, not really taking college seriously once I graduated, and just unmotivated. And around 21, I put on 100 pounds. And then I did the Atkins diet and I lost 50 pounds. But then I gained it all back, and I developed hypothyroid disorder, which made it extremely, if not impossible, to lose weight on my own. I tried. And I end up, my health with the extra weight was in jeopardy. I noticed I was starting to get tingling in my hands and feet, and I got my blood checked, and I was pre-diabetic. If I didn't do something about it soon, I would be diabetic, and that was kind of a huge wake-up call for me. And let alone, I was having to get cortisone shots in my feet because the extra weight made it very hard for me to walk long periods of times. So I have horrible feet pain. So I was just like kind of fed up, and I decided to do weight loss surgery. And it was the best decision. I had to do a lot to prepare for it and go to classes, get approved by my dietitian, a counselor, all these things. It wasn't just as easy as, oh, I just want to get surgery. So there were a lot of prerequisites that surgeon needs you go through in order to get the surgery done. But yeah, so the weight started coming off pretty rapidly. Within a year and a half, I got lost 100 pounds. And I just started taking I started feeling really good about myself, and I started taking school more seriously, raised my GPA, applied to 4 universities, got into all of them, and then went to JMU, graduated Dean's List, and now at Virginia Tech earning my master's. And like you said, I've worked 2 internships on Capitol Hill, working for congressmen and congresswomen, and I do modeling on the side just for a side job and for fun.
Okay, wow. So to say that it's transformed your life is an understatement.
Oh yeah, thank you. And I also recently, I'm trying to pursue doing marathons, like
Yeah,
starting
I
off
remember you saying
5K,
that.
10K, and it's called a Bariatric. So I just learned the term, but basically it's people who have bariatric surgery who become athletes. So it's a new goal of mine to accomplish.
Okay, so what event is that? So it's a running event. How far would that be?
It'd probably be like 5K will probably be sometime this summer. Then I do, you know, 10K. Is that what 10K
Yeah,
and then a half. So a 10K is in September in DC. It's the Cherry Blossom Festival
yeah.
run. So that's next. And then I'll have to probably sometime in the fall, later in the fall, run half, or I might wait to the spring. But the goal being like doing a full marathon within like a year and a half, 2 years. But
Wow,
I
that's
have to do a lot
amazing.
of training. Yeah.
That's amazing. It must be incredible just to think about doing these things. They're running a 10K, running a 5K, planning to run a marathon from where you came from, sort of pre surgery. Did you ever think, sort of before you had the surgery, that you could even contemplate thinking about doing a marathon?
Oh yeah, no, at one point there was no way. Like, I mean the fact that I had what issues just walking,
Yeah,
like to think that I could run miles
yeah,
without having like I don't get like pain in my feet anymore. I don't see a
yeah.
podiatrist. And so to imagine like running and being on your feet for miles and miles, like um I even like when I traveled Europe 2 summers ago, and I went to like 14 countries, and I would walk like 10 miles a day, and
Wow,
I was
that's
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, so maybe not 10 miles every day, but some days were 10 miles, but at least
Mhm.
minimum 5 miles, 5 to 10 miles a day. And like I never really got winded from it or got sore. And I think that was kind of like a big deal for me, like realizing like I couldn't have done this um several years ago.
Yeah. So I've never so walking 10 miles a day. That's quite a feat because that's tiring. Just walking and exploring and just maintaining that. So that's incredible. Did you come to England?
I did. Yeah, I
Where
loved
did you
it.
visit?
London.
Okay, London.
So
You got to
I
see all the
saw
sights.
I did. I saw Stonehenge, and
Okay, Stonehenge as
uh,
well.
yeah, I liked that a lot. I got high tea,
Really?
and we did a bus tour, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I want to go back,
Okay.
definitely for sure.
You probably recognize some of these buildings behind me.
I do. At the time when I went, though, Big Ben was under construction, so I didn't
Okay,
get to
gotcha. Okay,
see it as it, it usually is. But yeah, I definitely like want to come back and
okay.
do the
Let me
Harry
know if you
Potter
do
tour.
come back then.
Yeah.
We can meet for afternoon tea or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
As long as you don't want to go on a 10 mile walk, I'm all in.
Yeah.
You ask me for
I'll
a
save that for
ten
another day.
mile walk. We'll have to. I'll be waiting for you in a nice. We go for some nice tea when you finish the walk. I'll be just there, just waiting. So just in terms of, how has it made you feel the transformation, just in relation to confidence and communicating with people and been able to go to maybe parties and that sort of thing. How has it impacted you in that level?
Just like confidence overall, you're
Yeah.
asking? I mean, just I feel good in my skin, comfortable, um, and just feel overall healthy. So I guess it's not just the weight, like accomplishing all these goals and
Mm.
like setting goals, accomplishing them just gives you a sense of confidence.
Yeah.
And so I just feel have more higher self-esteem,
Mm.
and I'm more assertive, and I am not as shy as I once was. I used to be extremely, extremely
Mm.
shy. And now um no one would describe me as a shy person. Maybe
Yeah.
in a situation where there's a ton of people, I'm a little hesitant at first, but yeah, it's a lot of factors went into gaining the confidence I have now, not just weight loss, but it's multiple things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That
yeah.
sounds great. And what I got from sort of the wonderful journey that you've been on, the weight loss has triggered so many other amazing things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It just was kind of the momentum I needed
Mm.
to get my life in check and start. I don't know. It was just once I physically started feeling good about myself, then it mentally I started like feeling better and wanting to pursue and like conquer more in my personal life. And so it's definitely been a long journey, but um, I'm happy where I am now. So.
Okay. Okay. What's your sort of relationship now with the food and whatnot? Has that evolved? What does that look like today?
So I feel I um have a good relationship with food.
Mm.
I try not to eat high glycemic foods like sugar and white carbs. Eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, and meats.
Mm.
I do keto diet here and there when I notice I've put on a couple of pounds. It's a good way to just go back. I don't do it as lifelong, but just here and there. And yeah, I don't, binge eat or eat for comfort. I eat to live. I don't live to eat anymore.
Yeah. It sounds like you have the diet that I should have.
Yeah.
So maybe you can. Well, I was going to say maybe you can give me some tips, but you actually just have given me some tips. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I know that you're very close to supporting other people, whether it be in terms of weight or in terms of disabilities and that sort of thing. What is that important to you that because you've navigated the journey, is it important that you can help other people now?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I'm getting my weight loss,
Mm.
the American Bariatric Counseling certificate, so I can provide weight loss surgery coaching services because I want to like just sharing my experience. I don't think is enough or fair
Yeah.
to like be a coach. Like that's why I'm getting this certification where I'm learning about the science of obesity and the science behind weight loss surgery procedure, learning like eating nutrition
Mm.
habits. And I mean, the certification, like people with doctors and dietitians, they all get this certification. So it's pretty legit. Yeah, so I want to help others, but I want to make sure that I know as much as possible
Yeah.
before I start providing any coaching
Mm.
services or anything like that.
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. So there are lots of people around the world that suffer with different sort of. We've all got our own different challenges and so forth. But for people that can identify with what you've gone through, and you've overcome significant challenges, multiple challenges, in fact. What's your advice for people that maybe listening to this or watching this and thinking, I don't know where to turn? What's your advice?
My advice would be to like set down some smart goals. And I forget what everything stands for, but like make short and long-term goals on
Mm.
what you want to do and have a plan on doing it and just go forth and do it. Don't make
Okay.
excuses. I think the worst thing people can do is feel sorry for themselves. And
Mm.
I was under that mentality for so long, and that really got me nowhere. And um, so I think being proactive and just doing something like and working hard
Yeah.
pays off. There's really no shortcut. Hard work pays off, and that's the key to success, in my opinion.
Okay, that's great advice. What did you use as a trigger enabled you not to continue feeling sorry for yourself? Was there a trigger that you used or sort of a method that you used for that?
Well, I just like kind of like was noticing that not only was I feeling sorry for myself, but I started questioning like, do I really want others to pity me? And I was kind of just tired of not really doing anything really
Mm.
proactive or anything like my parents could really brag about,
Yeah,
and um so I was just like, no, I want to do something that will make my parents proud and myself proud. And so I just kind of decided to start thinking more positive and be proactive. Um, and so, yeah, that really just changed my way of thinking once I realized that um, I just wanted to leave a more positive
yeah,
lifestyle.
yeah. And just, I was just thinking actually, just a conversation I had with somebody recently just about they're into sports and whatnot, and what he said for him when he has a challenge, he breaks down the goal. So it's not like a big goal. He sort of breaks it down into miniature steps, so it becomes manageable for him. Would you recommend that people do that? So say if they want to lose, I don't know, 10 stone or whatever it is, that they don't focus maybe on the 10, they focus on maybe sort of a few pounds, and then you just break it down gradually.
Oh yeah, definitely. I believe in like having benchmarks,
Mm.
small little goals, and checking them off every. If you're trying to lose, I don't know what 10 stones is equivalent to in pounds, but
Yeah.
if you're trying to lose like 10 pounds or whatever, you know, just your first goal should be like, I want to lose, 2 pounds
Mm.
within like what 2 weeks. And if
Yeah.
you hit that benchmark, then that's a goal and you
Mm.
should celebrate that. It may not be the long-term goal, but it's a series of mini short goals that and benchmarks that are just as important and should be celebrated. So it's really important
Mm.
to actually take the time once you accomplish those goals to really be proud of yourself and appreciate how far you've come, because um those are things to be celebrated and
Yeah.
that deserve um, you know, your attention to what you've done.
No, no, no. I totally agree. And I know that you've been in lots of press, rightly so, because what your achievement is fantastic. But do you do any group sessions where you're talking to people that are trying to navigate the process? I think you'd be valuable doing that. I think lots of people would benefit from you maybe doing a workshop or maybe sort of a keynote talk on it.
Like tour, like do a group
Yeah, or
like
yeah, for people
on weight loss surgery.
on just sort of your journey, just to give people that inspiration to know that they can sort of, have similar results to you.
No, I haven't yet. I That's a goal of mine. I would love to one day, to be able to talk to a group of people or have a sort of conference or seminar. But as of now, no, I haven't done anything like that yet.
Okay. Okay. So in the future,
Yeah,
in the future,
absolutely.
it's I guess for you, it's trying to cram everything in because you've got so much going on at the moment. So I guess you have to do one thing at a time.
Yeah, and it's kind of new territory for me. I mean, there are people who've had the surgery who have been able to express their story. But it's I'm really like proud how well the weight loss surgery community is evolving when there's so many online support groups through Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
And like when I had the surgery like 7.5 years ago, there wasn't really any of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know anyone,
Mm.
especially
Okay.
my age. Like I didn't really know anyone that's ever had surgery. Like I was 23 when I had it done. So I really hope that it continues, like, hopefully to be mainstream, and that the stigma and horrible biases of getting weight loss surgery will decrease, because it honestly is not the easy way out. It's actually a really hard process, and maintaining is actually probably the hardest part, is keeping weight off years after surgery. And also, it's just, there's a lot of, it's just something that I hope that society starts to accept more, and just shed more of a positive light on weight loss surgery.
Yeah, that's why people like you that are public about it and candid is important, because some people just don't understand. So when I hear people like you, it just takes away any sort of mystique, and people understand actually this is an incredibly difficult thing to do, and we need more people to know that actually is available to them.
Thank you.
Okay, so on your masters, when do you finish your masters?
So the spring next year.
Okay, so soon.
Spring 2022.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, so we're getting towards the end now. So for all the listeners and people that are viewing, how can they get hold of you if they want to collaborate with you, if they want to read some of your stuff, if they want to get more familiarized with your journey? What's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, so I have Instagram called tay_transformation. And I also have a website called taytaytransformation.com. And my email is listed on my Instagram account. Hit up. I would love, like, if anyone can follow or message me if they need anything. I'm more than happy to answer any questions people may have.
Okay, fabulous. And that information I'll just put on the show notes, so it makes it easy for people to contact you. And my last question is, if Taylor was going to invite 3 inspirational people for dinner or lunch, who would they be? Who would you go for?
So I go with Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, really?
Princess Diana. Yeah.
Really? Is that because I'm in England and I've got Big Ben in the background?
Yeah, I think so. Wow, she was just a force to be reckoned with. And as someone who wants to go into politics, yeah, she's someone I really respect. And the third person would be Condoleezza Rice.
Okay, wow. So it's an all-female cast.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And obviously there's a political theme there. Just in relation to that, obviously you work in Capitol Hill, you've done lots of work there. Is that something, is politics something that is close to your heart, that you would want to have some involvement in the future?
Yeah, I definitely, absolutely. I want to have my future career. I would like to work in federal government, either on Capitol Hill, or working for, like, the Department of Education or the Department of Labor. I definitely want to one day be a federal government employee. So.
Okay, fabulous. So if I come to Capitol Hill one day, maybe you can take me around your Senate and whatnot, and I can see the fabulous buildings.
Yeah, hopefully they'll offer tours by then again. Because
fingers crossed. And the same when you come to London, when you've done your 10-mile walk, and I'll have the coffees and teas ready for you. Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. Taylor, it's been amazing. Thank you for giving up some of your time today. I know it's a busy day for you today, so very much appreciated. And good luck on the rest of your amazing journey.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Sorry?
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
No, thank you. I love reading about your journey, and to speak to you today and to get more insights into it. I just think it's fantastic what you've done, your achievement, and clearly you're going to go on to do many, many, many more amazing things. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
You're welcome. And thank you everybody for tuning in to My Perfect Failure. You can find me at www.myperfectfailure.com, and please look out for the next episode of My Perfect Failure. Take care for now. Bye.
Thanks for listening to My Perfect Failure podcast. Be sure to visit www.myperfectfailure.com. to join the conversation. Subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or Google Play. Look out for our next episode.